Hi and welcome. Here is texturing this table we created in the last live stream with Substance Painter 2. But before I start texturing it, we will optimize this model. You can see here in Blender 2.78 that the shading isn't really good. It's a little bit weird, and that's because I have here on the left side a nice bevel, and on the right side I have just one edge loop, and therefore I will add a second edge loop and pull it here to the right, and here I add also an edge loop and pull it to the left. Okay, this should fix the shading issue for the table, and I will do the same for the draw. Now switch to edit mode, then I will add two edge loops by pressing Ctrl R, then I edit them, press S and X, and then I scale it till they appear on the left and on the right side of the draw. Okay, and now this should look better. And on the left and on the right side of the draw we have an n-gon. You can see this when I switch here to edit mode and face selection, this one here, and I will remove this. This is because we just filled this by pressing F. We have to select this edge here and then press Alt F. Now it is filled with triangles, and you could also go ahead and convert the triangles to quads. And the same thing I do here on the right side of the model. Just delete this face, then select this edge, press Alt F and twice to quads. And that's it. I'm happy with this model now. Okay, what is missing? We have to UV unwrap the submodels. And for each of these models I will switch to edit mode now, select all the vertices, and then I will do a smart UV unwrap. This is a very fast way, not an optimized way for UV unwrapping, but we use this one for it is not an UV unwrapping tutorial, it's a texturing tutorial, and therefore I will do it like that. I will create a dedicated tutorial for UV unwrapping, and then I will show you how to add seams and how to create and UV unwrap a game asset in an optimized way. And the next step is to add some materials to these submodels. I do this because in Substance Painter these materials will be converted to texture slots, and I have the possibility to add separate materials for these texture slots or for these separate models. Okay, now I have all my materials assigned. Then I will select all the submodels and export them out as one FBX, and this FBX we will import into Substance Painter 2.4. So here is Substance Painter 2.4. I press new, select the FBX, the table FBX, I set the texture size to 2K and the normals to DirectX. If we wanted to use this in Blender, then we had to use OpenGL normal maps, but I want to import this later on to Unity, so I will use DirectX normals. Okay, here's our model. Looks nice with the different texture sets, one for the draw, one for the knob, and one for the table itself. Now I will bake the textures. I don't need an ID map, I don't need a position map, and I will set the size to 2K and then bake all the textures. Okay, ready, textures are baked, and now we are ready to add materials to our different submodels or to the different texture slots. Let's start with a table and search for a wood material. I use this one here and just drag it here into the layers, into the layer stack, and here you can see it already looks really great out of the box. A little bit too dirty, perhaps I will remove some parts of this crunch map. But now let's come to the drawer, use the same material for the drawer. Yeah, also really nice. You see that we corrected the shading and now it looks really clean and awesome. Now let me open this smart material here and remove a little bit of this crunch, as I said. So I turn the balance and the contrast of this crunch map down. Yeah, that's okay. Yeah, I'll leave it like this. Looks good. Okay, and now we will come to the knob. First save this. I save often, as you know. I don't want to lose my work. Now let's select the knob, this one here, and use a kind of metal material. That's a material that is called bronze. I know this should look really cool for this knob. But I want this knob to be made out of two materials. The bronze should be the base material, and these parts in the center, well, I think this could be a kind of marble or something like that. Now look at this, it looks really cool, this bronze. Nice model, totally simple but nice. And now let's add a marble material as the top layer. I just drag the marble smart material here, this one, this looks cool. I drag it to the top position of the layer stack. Okay, and after that I will add a mask, a black mask. Right click here and add black mask. And now I switch to geometry, pull this to white to remove some parts of this black mask. Now you could use this one here to paint out these parts of the mask. Be careful. Just click on the quads that you don't want to be masked. Okay, but I forgot the clipping, so I have to pull these quads again into the mask. So I turn the slider to black and select them all, and now, yeah, that's perfect. That's our knob ready. Okay, now we can display the other texture sets again to see the whole model textured. Really cool. If you like, you could turn up the size of the textures now to 4K, or if you have a game that uses a lower size or should use a lower size of the textures, then you can leave this or even reduce the size. But now you can switch to export, and I will export this out now as Unity 5 textures with a metallic workflow. And in the next tutorial we will import the model to Unity 5, and also these textures here. I'll show you how to use these textures in Unity 5, and we will also bring our animations for this table to life. adding an animator, an animation controller, and open and close the drawer of this table by using a C# script. Okay, that's it for this tutorial. I really hope you like it. Please subscribe to my channel, and it would be also amazing if you could support me on my Patreon so that I have more time to create tutorials like this, that I could work a little bit less on my regular job and invest more time into these tutorials. Thanks a lot and see you soon.